Well, here we are, about 2 weeks into the Age of Triumph update for Destiny, the final update before we get into some new territories in September. So, how is it? Is it worth coming back? Or is it worth sticking around for? Well, that's what this video is going to be about today. So, we are going to check out some of the changes, talk about, what's new, and is it really worth coming back? So right off the bat, you can see that my Warlock is now decked out in, well, a variety of different raid pieces. So we have the Volta Glass helmet and class item. Currently, the ornament is not turned on because for whatever reason, shaders don't work for the new ornament. At least on the Warlock, it works on the Hunter and the Titan for whatever reason. So right now it's turned off. We also have the Crota's Inn robes, and I'm still rocking those Wrath Machine gloves and boots because I have yet to get it with my Warlock. Like any gauntlets or boots out of the 2 raids I ran with the Warlock. But you probably recognize this little guy. That is an Adept Fatebringer. Oh, it's still so good. Real good. And then we have the Hunter, who is rocking our Adept Vision of Confluence. Now that is the Volta Glass helmet and class item, along with the Crota's Inn chest piece, Wrath Machine gauntlets, and those Bones of AO boots, because that is the best armor piece, well, exotic armor piece in the game, in my opinion. Like, Twilight Garrison is like pretty damn close to second in my opinion, but the ornament is turned on for the chest piece and for the helmet, so pretty sweet. And I'm also decked out in the hard mode King's Fall shader, getting ready for that King's Fall 390 raid, which as of this recording is next week, so I am stoked for that. And then Titan, yeah, look at that. That's a lot of shit going on there. So still got the Wrath Machine helmet and boots on. That is the Volta Glass chest piece with the ornament on, so I have boosted my Wi-Fi. So we upgraded to that FiOS. Got the class item from the Volta Glass, but no ornament for that, so that's just the regular one. And then those are the Crota's Inn gauntlets with the ornament. So pretty sweet. And that's the old Genesis chain right there. So as you can see, this is the Atheon Challenge Mode emblem, so I've run it with all 3 characters. I also have run Crota's Inn with all 3 characters, so I've definitely been playing it, so having a good time so far. So what has actually changed with the Age of Triumph? Well, for starters, some of the in-game activities, or well, I guess no longer daily, weekly activities have changed. So we still have our weekly Crucible match. Still drops legendary marks. It also drops the new Treasure of Ages, which we will get into when we hit the tower. We have the new weekly story mission. So now you can play a level 380 story mission. It could be any of the story missions, but it seems like every week they pick them out of a select group. So this week is any Venus or Mars mission. And as you see, it has modifiers, and for the first 5 runs of the story missions, you actually get 20 marks each. So that's one thing about this update. It's not short on legendary marks. You also get another Treasure of the Ages for your first level completion. Sea of Crisis Heroics, still the same deal. Nothing has changed about it, not even the difficulty. You still get legendary marks and legendary engrams for your first completions, and you also get a Treasure of Ages from that as well. The weekly Nightfall, again, no real changes there. They did add a new modifier called Daybreak, which adds Mayhem to the Nightfall. If you never played Mayhem in Destiny, your grenade, melee, and your super is charged super fast. So you can be throwing out abilities all over the place, all the time. And then they have the Challenge of Elders 390. So it's the same Challenge Elders 4. You still get legendary marks for completing it, which actually is now separate from the heroic, so that's good. That's even more legendary marks you can get now. Even more. And that still has the has leveled rewards, which I think they did away with the rewards for the 321. So if you're still looking for like Lord of Wolves, Dreg's Promise, and Queensbreaker Bro, I think this is the only place you can get them, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. I tried running it like the regular 321. I wasn't getting anything, not even regular rewards. So I did one 390 and I got rewards from that. So whatever. And then probably the biggest thing for this update is the weekly featured raid. It is all 4 raids. They are right now they're on a cycle. I don't know if that will ever change, but each week there is a new feature raid. Last week was Crota's Inn. This week was Vault of Glass. Not only do they have leveled rewards, so you'll get stuff up to 400, and that includes all the raid weapons, but you also have a chance at getting the ornaments, which change the look of the raid armors, and Adept Primary Exotics, which just stuff like this. Which looks like I moved my guns elsewhere, so we're not going to worry about it too much. So, by completing the challenges, you're guaranteed 1 of the exotic primaries. So, Crota's Inn, it's obviously going to be like Word of Crota, Oversoul, Edict, Fang of Ute, Abyss Defiant, and then for Vault of Glass, you got Fatebringer, Atheon's Epilogue, Praetor's Timepiece, and Vision of Confluence. So, one of those will drop in their respective raids, guaranteed. And you're also guaranteed to get 1 ornament per challenge. So that is, if you run it 3 times, so that would be a total of 6. But you also get 1 for your first completion. So for any week outside of King's Fall, you'll get 7. King's Fall week, since it has 3 challenges, that would be 10. So, and as you can see, the old raid weapons also drop at the new light level. And they're all just as good as you remember them. So, but not all the weapons are on this character. I have them spread out amongst my Hunter and Titan, so. And the raids also have other loot that might have been missing before, so Crota's Inn and Vault of Glass have artifacts now. They also have ghost shells, and then King's Fall and Wrath Machine are supposed to have sparrows, which they never had before, so pretty sweet deal. So, oh, didn't need to leave that yet. And just like past updates and expansions, there is a new record book. So we got our Rise of Iron, Moments of Triumph Year 2. This is the Dawning from back in December. So we have our new record book for Age of Triumph. So it is 13 glorious pages, spanning all different activities, classes, multiplayer, raids, strikes, story missions, collecting stuff. So there's a lot of stuff here. But if you're just interested in getting the rewards, let's see, we get go a little faster here. You actually do not have to complete the entire book. As you can see, I am halfway to rank 7, which is the final rank, 93%. And you saw how many nodes I had unlocked already. So basically the rewards are just emblems. And then the final one, just like Year 2, you can get a fancy shirt from the Bungie store. So this will give you a coupon to get a nice shirt with your gamer tag or PSN name on the, well, I think the first one was on the sleeve. I don't know if that's the same case. I haven't looked at the shirt yet. But a lot of these activities are pretty easy to do. Some of them are really grindy. Some you may actually get right off the bat, which I think I was up to like 60-some% right off the bat, because it does look back at your past achievements. But some of the grindier ones, like, where is it? Like the strikes I had to do, start again, Warlock stuff, that's all started again, except for like the rank 40 stuff. So pretty simple to do. I'm not going to go into too much detail of like what to do for each one and what's the best way to do it, because that you can find on the internet. So the Reef and the Iron Temple are pretty much the same. Shiro at the Iron Temple will trade in your perfected ornaments for the new raid ornaments if you happen to be sitting on them, which I currently am not. So I already can't really show that off, so we will take a look at some of the stuff in the tower. So we are at the tower. As you can see, the back part of it is opened up, so if you were missing that ghost shell, you can now get it very easily.
I got the message.
So we have our Treasure of the Ages boxes. They act like just all the other boxes before. We have new stuff, so you have a new gear that's meant to look like, you know, year 1 gear. Some of that like old armor that you would get playing through the story. Which, unlocking all that stuff will get you that shader. You also have new ornaments for weapons like Touch of Malice, Vex, Necrochasm, even some of the other older ones like No Land Beyond, Shuri's Regime, some Lord of Woods and Dragon Breath 1, new ships, shaders. So those are all possible items, and then all this stuff is old rewards from the boxes. So if you're missing any of those old armor sets, shaders, ornaments, emotes, emblems, you actually have a chance to get them in these boxes. Or you go to the Silver Dust store, you actually have a chance to buy some of that old stuff with any Silver Dust you're still hanging on to. You even have a chance to get these little faction engrams that will drop an armor piece from that respective faction. It will not be leveled, so that's something you would have to infuse up. But you also got Dusty Iron engrams for that Iron Banner gear. Yeah. Which I may even look into to get that old stuff back. Because I have enough Silver Dust. I have like a stupid amount of Silver Dust. Now the Crucible Quartermaster has new bounties, which are all simply just get kills with certain classes of weapons. Completing those will give you a chance at any Crucible weapon of that category. It also counts for Iron Banner weapons and Trials of Osiris weapons. So if you never played Trials, which I barely played Trials, you actually have a chance to get some of the weapons right through here. I don't think it's the new stuff. I think it might be like the older Trials and Iron Banner stuff, but I mean, if it's something you're looking forward to, looking for, then this is an easy way to do it. Well, grindy a little bit, but at least you don't have to, you know, kill enemies and not die in the Crucible or some shit. Shax. Now, I don't remember this was in the Dawning, so I'm just going to mention it quick anyway. Not only can you buy engram from him, but he also now has 2 weekly bounties, and that will give you a Nightfall level reward.
You've got work to do.
So exotics, weapons, whatever the Nightfall would normally drop will drop through there. Now you might have already noticed from me highlighting stuff, but all the gear that the vendors sell are 380 now. So 10 levels below the feature raid, and pretty much, well, I think Challenge of Elders is also 390, so you're just about like the light level you would need to get into those raids, well, to be comfortable in those raids and challenges. So I mean, and when I showed you like the amount of legendary marks you can get from completing the weekly activities, so I mean, right now it is super easy to get to level 400. Actually, rewards packages go up to level 400, so I mean, it is really easy. So I mean, they basically made this the fun DLC. So super easy to level up and get into those activities to get all those sweet new rewards I'm just showing you. So we kind of give you an idea about the adepts and everything. Keep in mind, I am still missing Lord of Wolves and Chaperone. So those are those 2 spots, but we got all the adepts for the Vault of Glass, and then the adepts from Crota's End, which running it 3 times with each of my characters has gotten me all 4. You technically could get them in 2 runs if you're lucky enough. So far, just doing 2 runs will give me 3, but then I start getting repeats, and then the last one would always give me the one that I was missing, which I think it was in Crota's case. I didn't get Fang of Europe into my 3rd run, and Fatebringer is my 3rd run for the Vault of Glass. Now, for the two returning exotics are Necrochasm, which is a new quest, kind of like the old one. So you have to get the Husk of the Pit to drop from actually any hive will drop it, though it seems to drop more frequently from higher level hive. I got mine from the ogre in the Shrine of Oryx mission right before the boss room. You can easily kill it, and if it doesn't drop, you can just jump off the side and die, and then rinse and repeat until you get it. Both times that I've done it, I've got it on the first try or the second or third try with my hunter, I think. So it's easy to get. Then you basically have to choose as like a random hive enemy that you have to grind and level up for. So I got Thrall, my first one, so that was super easy. And then I think the last one, like the last thing you have to do is kill Omnigul, which you can do on like the lowest difficulty, and then traverse the Abyss and the Crow's End Raid and kill Crota. I think it's 390 to kill Crota. I think you have to kill Crota in 390. Sadly, the Vex is not a quest. It is a drop from Atheon. I guess only the 390 version, I'm assuming. Yeah, that would make sense. It would only be 390 version, so I was lucky to get enough on my first Atheon kill, so I don't have to worry about that shit. So besides new engrams and like higher level vendor items, really isn't a lot new in the tower. Zur is here though, so there is a change with him. Which Zur is down here. So Zur still sells the same stuff. However, he now sells weapon bundles. So, for instance, if you want to get Invective and get an ornament with it, it costs 30 strange coins and 25 silver dust. Now, I'm not sure why it costs 30 strange coins, because buying Invective is only 17, so it seems a bit steep on the strange coin front. But silver dust, 25, I think that's how much he sold ornaments for. So, I mean, that's on par, but that seems a little steep for strange coin-wise. I thought, like, oh no, legacy engrams are still like 31, so that's still ridiculous, so. But yeah, if you're missing these weapons and you want to get an ornament with it, this might be the way to do it. But it might be better just to buy the weapon and then hope you get the ornament through like a package. Now, there's only one quest line for Age of Triumph, which starts at the speaker. Which sounds kind of crappy, and in my opinion, I think the quest is also pretty crappy as well. So you would basically have to, when you first boot up Destiny and jump in this update, you'll get a video, then you go to the tower and you speak to the speaker, and he will give you, let me get over there. So yeah, talk to this guy, which, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy? We don't know. We won't know probably for, well, hopefully Destiny 2 will explain it. Well, he'll give you this Age of Triumph quest line. Now, what makes it, well, why do I say it's crap? Because it basically takes you through all the old activities yet again. So the first one, you have to do 5 story missions in the heroic playlist, which, you know, that makes sense. It's new. You want to check it out. You know, it gets you in there. You get your 100 legendary marks for doing it. But then after that, you got to do like 3 patrol missions on each patrol area. So the 4, what's it? It's like 6 areas now. Yeah. I think Plaguelands makes it 6. And then they want you to do heroic strikes and then a nightfall. And then they want you to do like the Challenge of Elders, like Shaq's like weekly bounties. That's where I'm at right now. I just haven't, like, I'm almost done one, and then I have to do a whole bunch of supremacy stuff. So and it's all it does is give you a class item, which goes with the armor set from the Treasure of Ages. And I don't know if that's a requirement to get the shader. I guess I'll find out once. Well, if I get the set first before I complete it, then I will know for sure then. But if you get the armor set and don't finish that mission and don't get the shader, then you know what you must do is run through that mission. But other than that, I mean, that's it. That's basically all the new stuff. So, is it worth it? I mean, besides it being free, which, doesn't cost you anything, but, well, I mean, if you're already playing Destiny, I mean, it's not going to stop you from playing Destiny. Because if you're still playing Destiny, you're after that loot, or you're having a good time, and, well, Destiny's still a good time, and now we got all that raid loot back. You got more stuff to chase. Look at that. Look at this Crota helmet. Look at that Crota helmet with the ornament on. That's so awesome looking. It's awesome. Now the question is, will it get you to come back? Well, there's one thing you probably should think about, when you're making that decision. None of this stuff is getting carried over to Destiny 2. None of it. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, I am pretty okay with starting over again and getting all my, all new armor and weapons and stuff. But, I mean, that's something you're going to have to think about. Like, are you going to spend all summer trying to get a Fatebringer, and then come September, you're not going to use Fatebringer again, unless you play, go back to Destiny 1. I mean, that's something you need to think about if you want to put that time in. But if you want to run those raids again, because that is basically the big thing with this update. Not only is it easy to level up, so if you got tired of the grind, which it's been less and less grindy with each update, and now with this new update is even easier to get to 400. So if you want to get to 400, so say you completed your character, I mean, it's easier than ever to do it now. If you want to run those raids again, I mean, those raids are fun, like a lot of fun. Like, they went back and fixed things, they adjusted some stuff. I mean, I'll go in more detail when I show the raid videos, which I do have raid videos, by the way. I do have my first completion of Crota's Inn with my Warlock, and then I have my third completion of Vault of Glass with my Titan. So, I'll go into more of those changes and updates when you watch those videos, so. But I mean, I'm having a good time. I mean, Destiny, I've been talking to a lot of people past, week about, I've been playing this game for 3 years. I mean, not 3 years straight, but I'm still playing it. And there's got to be something to that. There's not a lot of games that I go back to, but that are not, old Nintendo games. It's just, the gameplay is a lot of fun. I missed all these weapons. And I really want to have all the armor sets with the ornaments. So that's my end goal. That's my end game for Destiny at this point. Is to get all those sets and all those raid weapons again. And hopefully actually get Lord of Wolves and Chaperone. Which, I'm just lazy about Chaperone. I'm sure I can get Chaperone. Using the last word in the Crucible, which is, I don't know. I lose patience after 1 or 2 matches of me failing miserably. So, it's a good time to get back with your friends and run those raids, so I definitely recommend it if you love Destiny, but if you don't want to deal with grinding and getting old stuff back just to not be able to use in September, I mean, that's okay. That is perfectly alright. You can wait till Destiny 2, September 8th. And wait for that Cabal raid. Oh, that Cabal raid. And all that new loot. So, that is perfectly alright. So, it's free. So, you can do whatever you want. So, I definitely recommend it if you are capable of running the raids. Now is, the best time to run raids since a lot of people are, looking for groups. I definitely recommend going on to, DestinyLFG.net and create a group. That's what I recommend. Create your own group and be specific of the type of people you want in that group. So, must have a mic, must be a chilled, experienced adult. I mean, I would definitely recommend, if you never run the raids before, to watch videos, try to get as much information as you can about the raid and the challenges And then please mention that when you're making a group that you've never run it before. And you'll definitely find some cool people that will have no problem like chirping you through the raid. So, but yeah, it's still a good time to be a Destiny fan. So I hope you guys do enjoy it, and I hope you guys get all the loot that you are hoping for, searching for. We're going to be talking a lot more about Destiny in the future. Like I said, I had those videos for Crota's End and Vault of Glass. I will be recording King's Fall and Wrath of the Machine. And I may be doing some other stuff with Destiny since, I enjoy the game. I love it. And hopefully we can get some other bench members back on that wagon and, record some cool content for you guys. Us having a good time. Because if you're an avid Destiny player, well, I'm not going to show you anything new, but maybe I can give you, some enjoyment, some new enjoyments out of Destiny with our comical stylings and sometimes painful gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna admit it. Love Destiny. It is probably one of the best first-person shooters I've played. I mean, the fact I am still playing it, and I'm not knocking anything else that's come before it. So games like franchises that I adore, like Doom and Quake and Halo, kind of on a downhill with that one. Like Half-Life. Now, there's been a lot of amazing first-person shooters in the past couple of decades, and this one is easily the best time you can have with friends, so it is a great game. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying Age of Triumph, or you are patiently waiting for Destiny 2, or if you don't care about Destiny, then this video is not going to change your opinion at all. So, well, I am going to be heading back out there and using this Fatebringer, so I will catch you next time.